Get ready to go 25 laps. Green flags in the air. We're underway. ASCS San Diego Desert Sprint Cars. They come up full song into turn number one with Kyle Shipley leading the field off at turn number two, followed by Bruce St. James, Joe Shetner, and that's going to be Dennis Kyle now going by Joe Shetner on the high side. They stay locked up side by side through turns 3 and 4 as Bruce St. James gets battled. Oh, we got one car up and over in 4. Green flag is back in the air. Complete restart through 25 laps. It will be Bruce St. James taking the early advantage off of turn number 2 over Kyle Shipley. He's going to fight back down the inside. One car slow on the back straightaway. That is the 33 of Brad Weiss as Bruce St. James brings the field off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. St. James will lead lap number 1. Then it's Kyle Shipley, Dennis Kyle going side by side for second. Kyle Shipley, they're going to drop the nose down low, try to pull up side by side with the race leader, Bruce St. James. Brad Weiss got his car for the racetrack. They're still side by side for the top spot entering 3. St. James up top. Shipley down low. Dennis Kyle in the mix as well. 3-car battle for the top spot. Right now it's Bruce St. James showing the way. St. James letting it rip on the top side of the racetrack as he comes off of turn number 2. He's put about 6 car lengths between himself and Kyle Shipley. Into turn number 3, St. James, along with Shipley and Kyle, they're ripping the lip off of turn number 4. And so is Joe Shetner and Johnny Shelton. Then you got Ryan Murphy, Rick Shue, and a gaggle of cars headed into turn number 1. Bruce St. James started this race P2. Right now out front P1 here with 4 laps to go, or 4 laps down, 21 laps to go. Kyle Shipley trying to find some moisture down on the bottom side of the racetrack off at turn number 2. Right now he's mired back in the second spot, about 8 car lengths behind Bruce St. James. Dennis Kyle another 3 car lengths behind him. That's a couple of cars slicing and dicing for 4th. That's Joe Shetner, that great 17. And the 9 of Johnny Shelton has 1 car spins around in turn number 4. That is the 7W of Wayne Siddle. So Wayne Siddle brings out the yellow flag. And green flags in the air. Bruce St. James trying to catch Kyle Shipley sleeping, but he couldn't quite do it. Shipley right there on his tail tank as they race through turns 1 and 2. Dennis Kyle going to go to the top side there, go 3 wide behind him, though, battling for that 5th spot. Joe Shetner going to be the man on the outs as Rick Schumann might make a little contact with Johnny Shelton. Out front, Bruce St. James, Kyle Shipley, they go side by side for the top spot. At the line it was Bruce St. James. Shipley up top, now he's going to drop the nose down low, but it's going to be Bruce St. James hanging on the top spot. Bruce St. James looking pretty strong here tonight as Dennis Kyle drops his nose down low, throws the slide job on Shipley. Here comes Shipley right back though. He'll move back into second. Kyle Shipley in that second spot. Uses the low line through turns 1 and 2, trying to find some speed off the bottom side. Can't quite do anything though. Bruce St. James out with about 6 car length advantage over Kyle Shipley and Dennis Kyle. See some fans right now up on their feet starting to clap for the radio flyer, Bruce St. James in that 7K. He leads them off of turn number 2, followed by Kyle Shipley. Dennis Kyle still in that 3rd spot. 4th and 5th, strung out single files. A bunch of cars right now running side by side. A little beating and banging. Ronald Webster and Wayne Siddle at the tail end of the field. Shipley once again goes down low through turns 1 and 2. They enter turn number 3. They're going to keep it up on the top side with Bruce St. James and Dennis Kyle as they all rip the lip. Johnny Shelton might have got one up on the cushion though. Lost a little bit of ground to Sean Deskins. Is in that 5th spot trying to reel him in. Great action here at Arizona Speedway tonight for the Hall of Fame Classic. Your top 3 drivers starting to get closer and closer together. Right now, Dennis Kyle all over the backside of the OG of Kyle Shipley. He's going to go to the top side of the racetrack. Won a heat race earlier on for the USAC CRA. Heat race number 3 was Dennis Kyle. Didn't want to seat time here tonight. See if that turns into a win. Right now, he's sitting last spot up on the podium, about a car length behind Kyle Shipley for that 2nd position. Continues to show the way. He has a 4-car length advantage over Kyle Shipley. Another 4 back to Dennis Kyle. Just about 6 back to Johnny Shelton. 5 to Sean Deskins. That's your top 5. in 6th right now is the ARC Power Coating machine of Randy Nelson. First time out at Arizona Speedway here in 2019. Just got passed up by Josh Shipley. Perez moves up to that 6th spot. He's going to need a lot of help. Is Josh Shipley. He's going to have anything for his brother and the rest of the podium right now being led by Bruce St. James. We are halfway home, 12 laps to go in a nice 25-lap main event. And Kyle Shipley now drops his nose down the inside. He'll pull up side by side. St. James get by him. Bruce St. James going to try to fight back on the high side. Now going to try to go down low as it will be Kyle Shipley off of turn number 4. He'll lead the field at the line. New race leader. It is Kyle Shipley. Now having to navigate his way through some lap traffic is the OG. St. James going to keep it up on the top side of the racetrack. He pulls up side by side with the lap car, Ryan Murphy. One car slow. That's Randy Nelson. Just talked about him. Right now he is very slow through turns 1 and 2. We stay green though as the top 2 drivers get by. Wait, so the one car smacks the wall hard in turn number 2. Green flags back in the air, 11 laps to go. Here, your top 4 drivers going to drop the nose down to the inside as Johnny Shelton with a strong run off the top side in turn number 2. He's going to blow right back by the 7 machinist Sean Deskins as Shipley, St. James, and Guile with 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack. Then Shelton in 4th right now starting to flex his muscle. He's going to go up top shelf once again. Through turns 1 and 2, it will be the top 3 holding course right now. Those top 3 spots with Shelton in 4th. Josh Shipley just took 5th away from Sean Deskins. He's going to try to find some ground up there on the lip as well. As Kyle Shipley drops it down low. Bruce St. James, he's going to stick it up high along with Dennis Guile. Dennis Guile right now has to be feeling the pressure from that 9 machine of Johnny Shelton, who's starting to inch closer and closer to that 4T tail tank. As now Shelton gets 4 in the fluff through turns 3 and 4. Dennis Guile's going to pull away from him, and Josh Shipley is going to close up to the tail tank now of the number 9 machine of Johnny Shelton. As Kyle Shipley still out front by about a car length now. Bruce St. James starting to close the gap. He's going to go to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Slide it in there. Get back on the loud pedal. Shipley, though, still hanging on to it. 7 laps to go here tonight's ASCS Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series main event. And Kyle Shipley is starting to pull away from Bruce St. James, who might have lost his chances that last time by through turns 3 and 4. Joe Shetner pulls his car off the racetrack. His night is done. It's Shipley, St. James, and Guile. Still your top 3 with Shelton and Josh Shipley. 4th and 5th with 5 laps to go. And Bruce St. James starting to inch closer and closer again to the OG of Kyle Shipley. Had a big wiggle that time off at turn number 2. So this car pushed up the racetrack. That allows Kyle Shipley to pull away once again. As they come to the line here with just 4 laps to go. That last time by 17.792 for Shipley, 17.713 for Bruce St. James. Was Josh Shipley the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap. St. James, he is starting to close once again on Kyle Shipley, but running out of time here with 3 laps to go. St. James with a strong run through 1 and 2. St. James closing the gap once again on Kyle Shipley here as laps wind down. It will be 2 laps to go. The gap that was once 10 car lengths is back to 5 car lengths now. Shipley down to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Bruce St. James up to the top side. Off of turn number 2 they go. 5 car lengths down to 3 car lengths. St. James going to drop the nose down the inside once again. Fans are up on their feet. It's Kyle Shipley. Lead him to the white flag. Kyle Shipley showing away Bruce St. James. 4 more corners. See what he can do off of turn number 2. Closing the gap up to the back of Kyle Shipley. One final time through 3 and 4. They go up top. Contact. Shipley over. St. James comes to a stop. Red flag is out. Dennis Guile, I believe, will take the lead. And so it's Dennis Guile, Johnny Shelton, Josh Shipley, top 3. 2 laps to go. Green flag is in the air. We are underway and the smoke comes out. Once again for Johnny Shelton. That's right in the helmet of Josh Shipley, who's going to try to get by him for second. Johnny Shelton, though, holds him off down the back straightaway as Dennis Guile pulls out to about 5 car length advantage through turns 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, one final time for the white flag for Dennis Guile as Guile leads him into turns 1 and 2. He's going to use the bottom. Johnny Shelton going to rip the lip down the back straightaway. About 6 car lengths separates those top 2 drivers, and Dennis Guile gets redemption at Arizona Speedway here tonight. Dennis Guile climbing out of the race car. Winning the main event here tonight in the ASCS Desert Sprint Car Series. And for you race fans that have been with us all year long, of course you can remember the lasting images of Dennis Guile when the World of Outlaws were here back in April. Ended up in the hospital for a few days. We didn't think you'd be driving again this year. Doctors gave you, I believe, what, 60 days? You said I'll be back in 30. You made that happen, and here you are in victory lane, Dennis. What's going through your mind?
It's a crappy way to win. I feel bad for those guys. They definitely had me. We have something in the rear end shaking really bad, so I couldn't catch them. So sucks for those guys. Hats off to them. They're running a good race. Hopefully put on a show for you guys. Awesome.
Yeah, talk about, the 2 drivers in front. You had a front row seat to Kyle Shipley and Bruce St. James out there. What'd you see as you were going through turn 4?
I said, you know what? This is not good. And I kind of hit the brakes a little bit, and I seen him hit him, and I said, oh, man, I don't know if I would have pulled that one. But I'd like to thank my personal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, get a win, and thanks.
Well, the night's not done yet. Dennis Guile, you'll be out a little bit later on for the USAC CRA main event. How's your piece for that one?
It's really good. Unfortunately, I slipped a disc in my back, so I feel like I'm an old man right now, so hopefully I can make it another 30 laps.
Hey, man, 30 laps. The view's a lot better out front. Dennis Guile, your main event winner here tonight at Arizona Speedway.